Good morning. Hello, hello. Good morning. Okay, we're gonna get started in just a couple minutes. So I'm just gonna get my camera fully set up, some blocks, a blanket just for your knees if you would like one. Yeah, and we'll probably get started in like 3 minutes. Maybe have some water or tea nearby, whatever your beverage of choice is. Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Nice. Yes, it's still there. Okay. Cool. All right. You may notice in the mornings I'm a little quieter, and that's okay. We'll get there. Sweet. Perfect. Okay. Well, thanks for being here. Morning classes are so fun. You never know what's going to happen. Stand it there. All right. A little incense. We'll get this party started. Okay. I light lavender incense in the morning, and it is like my favorite thing ever. I don't know why, it just like hits the spot. Okay, good morning. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome. Cool, so we'll give everything about 2 more minutes before we fully get started. But a blanket will be helpful just to sit on in the morning, but also for your knees, as we're going to be kind of getting up and down off our knee. Moving through lunge shapes this morning, and some blocks as always, just to, give us the support that we deserve. So we're going to start just in a seat, kind of making your way there. And if you see me at any point, kind of get up, move towards the computer, get back down, just to let people in, especially with morning classes. I like to give people the space to arrive a little late if they need to. But we'll start in this crisscross seat. And as you come to this seat, I really want you to take a minute, rock a little side to side. See if you need a little extra cushion, if your knees are feeling tight, if your hips are feeling tight. Sleeping on your back, they say, is kind of the best, but I don't really know anyone who does that. And so if you're a side sleeper or belly sleeper, you might be really feeling some tightness along the front, the sidelines, the hips, and the body. And so just taking a moment here, giving yourself that support. Maybe rocking your head a little side to side, then just letting your eyes close or your gaze soften. We'll take just a short time to settle into this practice because it will move a little bit faster once we get going. So taking a few big rounds of breath, just kind of clearing your body out with your exhales, maybe with an ha sound. Or like a horsey neigh. Combination of the two. And as you breathe, as you settle in, just taking that initial scan of yourself. There's really no need for stillness here. So maybe you roll the shoulders, rub your hands along your legs, wiggle a little side to side, and just see what you're bringing to your mat this morning physically. Knowing that this moment will be different than the next and the next. And with your next exhale, just really clear your body out. Try to make it your longest exhale yet. And with your next inhale, draw a big breath in through your nose. Take a big sigh, exhale. 2 more like that as we just come together with some breath. Inhale through your nose. Big sigh, exhale. Last one, big breath in. And a big breath out. This time, as you inhale, draw one hand to your belly, one hand to your chest to touch, or just to hover your hands over your body. Feeling that connection. And starting our Monday, starting today's practice with a moment of gratitude for yourself. Thank you, self, for being here, for showing up. Moment of gratitude for the time to come together to practice. And a little gratitude for everything, everyone that's come before us, this lineage that allows us to borrow and take part with respect. Our ancestors, the people of this land. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tapping into the space that is sacred, the space that you're in. And maybe you take one last moment just to set an intention for your day, your week, your practice, your next 40 minutes, whatever it is. And slowly begin to blink your eyes open or breathe, focus your gaze, taking your space back in. Release your hands down by your side. Yeah, any support under your knees, just scoot that out. And extend your legs, bring your heels to the ground, toes pull towards your body for a bear stance. And instead of hands behind you, bring your hands under your thighs. Get a nice grip here, coming around the outsides of your thighs. And finding that grip, maybe easier to grip down the legs, just finding some nice, comfortable spot to hold on to. Lift your heart, kind of like a cow pose, and then shrug your shoulders up. And relax them away from your ears. Ooh, that did some things to me. Good. Just hold right here for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left leg. Slide it down towards your feet. Let your left shoulder roll in. Press your arm into leg and your leg into your arm. And just reach your right arm up towards the sky, opening your heart. Take a big breath in, reach that right arm back a little more. And as you exhale, cross your right arm across your body. Maybe tap your left arm. Good, inhale, open your right arm up. Exhale, cross. One more, inhale, open. Exhale, cross. Inhale, open up. As you exhale, drop your right hand to the inside of your right leg. Start to slide those fingertips down towards your feet. Might not get there, mine does not. Let your right shoulder drop in. Maybe you slide a little more. Open your left arm towards the sky. Just take a moment here. Feel the space across your chest. Reaffirm your grip on your leg. With an inhale, open your left arm a little bit more. Exhale, cross left arm across your body. Tap your right. Inhale, open. Exhale, cross. Last one. Inhale, open up. Exhale, cross. Good. Inhale, open your arm. And exhale, left hand comes down to the inside of your left leg. And then slowly start to slide your feet out. Whew. Let your chest move with it. A little forward fold here. We don't need a lot of structure. You can have a little bit of a round back. Your hands can rest on your legs. And just rock a little side to side. Even windshield wiper your toes back and forth. Internally and externally rotating from your hip. Taking 3 more rounds of breath here. Good. And then pressing your way up. We'll make our way into tabletop, so you can swing your legs around or cross your ankles and roll over them, whatever suits you more. And then I like a little cushion under my knees at all times, but especially in the morning. Hands about shoulder distance apart, knees about hips distance. And with an inhale, lower your belly towards the earth, lift your tailbone up, pull your chest forward, gaze shifts up for cow pose. Exhale, press the earth away, round into the upper back, and curl everything towards the center of your cat pose. And just take a few rounds of cat-cow here. Inhaling into your cow pose and exhaling into your cat. Maybe add some hip circles, bottom wiggles. There's no right way to be here. And cat-cow is a great time for exploration of your body. If you lose the connection of breath to movement, I really invite you to try to bring it back here. It's a simple movement for our bodies. It's a great way to really find that kind of foundation of breath and movement that ideally we're bringing into the more strenuous, physically strenuous parts of the practice. But that takes practice. Good, and coming back to neutral. Reach your left hand forward, circle it overhead, back, and then replace your hand back on the mat with your fingertips either facing your body or facing the long edge of your mat. Same thing with the right arm. Reach it forward, circle overhead back, and place right hand back where it was, fingertips facing body or edge of the mat. No need to lock your elbows out here. Feel that little bend. And with an inhale, pull your chest forward, find cow pose. Exhale, cat. And just continue taking some cat-cow here. If it feels like a lot on your wrists, turn your hands out a little bit more. The further forward they kind of come, hopefully the less pressure you'll feel. Just kind of observing the difference that the flipped grip makes here, the limitation it creates in your back. Just 3 more rounds. Good, coming back to center. And coming out the way we came in, so circle your right arm back, bring it back, fingertips face forward again, and left arm circles, left fingers face forward. Either sit your hips back onto your heels, or if that's not comfortable, sit up on your knees, reach your arms out in front of you, make some fists, and just rev your motorcycle. Get a little stretch across the tops of your arms. Keep your fists, flip your inner forearm towards the sky, and reverse box yourself. Good, interlace your hands, bring them in front of your heart, and ride the roller coaster, kind of wave through your arms. And switch directions of your wave. Good. And release your hands down, maybe give them a little bit of a shake. If you're seated on your hips like I was, rise up onto your knees. Let's get into a little flow here. So start to shift your weight into your left leg. And you can either swing your right leg out or step it forward, just depending on what your body's doing this morning. I like to swing out, stepping your right foot forward, finding a little lunge here. Interlace your hands, bring them to the top of your thigh, or if it feels better to use your blocks under your hands, you want to stay a little bit higher in the chest here. That's the real goal. And just begin to rock a little forward and back. Bending and straightening into your front leg. Finding a little space in your hips and in your hip flexor, so the front part of your left thigh. Good. Next time your right knee's bent, stay there in your lunge. With an inhale, reach your arms overhead, reach nice and long. Find a little V shape in your arms. You can turn your pinkies inward so your palms face each other. Let your shoulders slide down your back, holding here for 3, for 2, and 1. Good, take a big breath in. And as you exhale, sweep your arms back like an airplane and straighten into your front leg. Maybe peel your right toes off the earth. Little half splits here, challenging the balance as much as you'd like. And so if wobbling isn't feeling good, bring your hands down to the earth or your blocks. For 3, 2, and 1. Stay right here for a moment. Our one tricky move for today. Start to sit your bottom back towards your left heel. Left hand comes to the ground. Spin on your left knee, bring it in, and then press your hips up. Reach your right arm overhead. So find some length here, kind of like a supported side plank, but a lot freer. So you can swing your arm a little, you can bring your hand behind your head. And I think I made that transition look pretty graceful. I've done it 500 times. And so if it felt really sticky, if it felt kind of awkward, that's okay. With effort, eventually will come some grace. So breathing right here for 3. Drive your left thumb and index finger into the earth for 2. Last one. Good. Press up with your inhale. Spin on your left knee. Bring yourself back forward into your lunge. Arms can rest by your side for a moment. And then reestablish your balance. You'll bring your right knee back under your body. Rock a little side to side. If you need a little more cushion for your knees, this is a great time to grab that. But we'll come into the other side. So lean weight to the right side. Left leg either swings around or steps forward. Finding that lunge, interlace your hands on the top of your left thigh and just start to rock forward and back. And finding that space in your thighs, a little in your hamstrings. Keeping things dynamic and fluid. Again, next time your left knee is bent, stay there. With an inhale, reach your arms overhead. And again, find that V shape. Finding that length. Finding that kind of power here. Feeling very substantial in the thighs, in the belly. All of that lifts you up, makes you light through your fingertips. For 3, 2. Good, take a big breath in. As you exhale, sweep your arms back, straighten your left leg, straight-ish, I should say, and maybe peel those left toes off the earth. This really brings a new element into it. So if you don't want to do that right now, you don't have to. Again, you can also bring your fingertips down. I recommend the inside of your left leg, just for space sake. Holding in our half splits here for 3, 2, good, and 1. We'll come into that little kickstand shape. So start to sit your weight back, and out at the same time as you spin on your right knee, it comes in, right hand meets the ground, left leg finds some length, left arm reaches overhead. Side plank-ish shape here. And if you wanted to add a little more core to it, you could totally lift your leg. I don't want to do that right now. And so getting what you want from this, there'll be a nice side body stretch, a little back bend, some core action. Again, pressing your right pinky, right index finger into the earth. And this time, see if you can gently externally rotate from your shoulder as you press the inside of your right hand down, creating kind of a corkscrew shape in your arm for 3, for 2, and 1. With an inhale, slowly come out, press up, come forward. Let your arms just hang by your side for a moment as you return to that forward-facing lunge. And then slide your left knee under your body. Hands come to the earth. Take an inhale, find cow pose. Stay in cow pose, but tuck your toes. And as you exhale, lift your knees up, downward facing dog. Hello. Maybe taking your feet a little bit wider. We'll take 5 rounds of breath here. I don't think we'll do a ton of down dogs during class. You're always welcome to explore them, but I don't know. Just not into them lately. So take your time here, see what feels good. Good. And from here, shift your gaze up between your hands and taking your feet maybe as wide as your mat, maybe wider. Begin to walk your feet towards your hands, finding a forward fold, top of your mat. Allow your knees to bend, head and shoulders to hang heavy. And you can bring your hands to your blocks, or you can grab your elbows with your hands and gently ragdoll side to side. We'll take those 5 rounds of breath here as well. And again, there's no need to be still, especially in the mornings. Give your body space to move. And 3 more rounds of breath here. Last one. You're grabbing your elbows, release them down, release your hands down. Coming into your blocks, or maybe your legs. With an inhale, take a halfway lift, pressing your arms straight, looking out ahead of you. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. 3 more here. So inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Try and turn your core on. Inhale, lift up, draw your belly towards your back. Exhale, fold forward. Last one. Inhale, lift to hold this time. So really lifting your belly away from the earth, away from your thighs. If your belly and thighs touch, not a problem. We want that energetic pull upward. Good. And from here, keep your half lift, bring your hands onto your hips. Start to bend your knees, turn the backs of your legs on to support this shape. If you feel like your lower back starting to hurt here, you can really draw your belly towards your lower back and bend your knees a little bit more. 3, 2, and with an inhale, lift your heart all the way up, bring yourself upright. Release your arms down by your side. Take a moment, adjust to this new level. And we'll take a standing flow that's very similar to the kneeling one we did, except we won't be kneeling. So feet about hips distance apart, but maybe a little wider. Think about standing on train tracks. And I want you to just rock from your heels all the way up onto your toes, and then back down. Just rocking forward and back. Kind of playing with that balance. Giving your ankles a little action here. Next time your feet are flat towards the ground, you can leave them there. With an inhale, reach your arms overhead, link your thumbs together, flip your palms forward. As you exhale, slide your shoulders away from your ears. So anchoring your feet down, reach your fingers towards the sky a little bit more. One more round of breath right here. Good. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, bend your knees, find a chair pose. Doesn't need to be your most intense chair pose ever. Just a bend of the knees, something that gives our thighs a little bit of love here. Good. And from your chair pose, if your booty's sticking out like mine is, I want you to try to pull your hips under your body a little bit more, like you're doing a crunch. I want you to feel a little heat in your belly here. So a little bit of a crunch shape. Keep that length like you're kind of on a diving board, and start to hinge forward from your hips a little bit more, as if you're coming into a halfway lift. You're not. That's the energy. Pull your hips under your body, turn the core on. One more breath right here. Start to lean your weight into your right foot. Your left toes can slide across the earth, or you can try picking your left foot up as you reach your left toes back, back to the back of the mat. Lift your heart up, crescent lunge, arms stay overhead. Find a little bounce here, bending both knees for 3, 2. Good, bend deeply into your left knee as if you're trying to hover an inch off the ground. Take an inhale. Exhale, drive your left leg straight, turn your glutes on. Good, inhale. As you exhale, open your arms out to that V shape. Big inhale here. As you exhale, sweep your arms back, start to straighten into your right leg, and maybe hinge a little at your hips. Again, opt to bring your hands to your blocks. And then again, if you really want to challenge the hell out of your balance, try peeling your right toes off the earth. Whee! For 3. For 2. Good, big inhale, arms overhead, bend your right knee. And as you exhale, pivot your left foot around, open your arms out, warrior 2. So take a moment in your warrior 2, left toes face the long-ish edge of your mat, maybe at an angle, maybe not so much. Good, big breath in, reach your right arm forward. Exhale, drop your left hand to your left leg, right arm extends overhead. Nice big side body stretch here. You can keep your right knee bent, or you can see what it feels like to straighten it for 3. For 2. Last one. Good. Coming back into your warrior 2, arms extend. Pivot onto your left toes, left ball of your foot. Arms can stay out to a T, just to find your balance. And then gather your hands into heart center. Give me one last moment in our crescent lunge. Start to tip your chest forward. And then again, you can slide your left toes along the ground, or you can slide them until you feel that lightness. Maybe lift your left foot up. Warrior 3, hands at your heart center. Again, toes on the ground. Maybe they hover a bit. Maybe they hover a lot. For 3, 2. And then slowly step your left foot up, coming back to that little chair pose. On an inhale, arms overhead, legs straighten. Exhale, arms by your side. Take 3 rounds of breath. Maybe more, maybe less. And let's do the other side. So starting again with that rocking from toe to heel, back and forth. Really using your ankles to activate and initiate this movement. Good. Next time your feet are flat, leave them there. With an inhale, arms overhead, link your thumbs, but switch which thumb is on top. So it'll feel way less natural. Palms face forward. Settle in as you exhale. 2 more right here. So inhaling to find length through your fingertips and grounding through your feet. Exhale to relax. Slide your shoulders away from your ears. Let your belly soften a little bit. 1 more breath. Good. This time as you inhale, preparing for chair. Exhale, chair pose. And again, it doesn't have to be wicked deep. You kind of know what's coming next. Good. Now start to pull your hips under your body like you're trying to crunch a little bit, really turning your belly on. Start to hinge forward like you're diving off the diving board, finding that halfway lift. But you're going to find your butt wants to stick out. Keep it under. Keep it in for 3, 2. Good. Start to lean your weight into your left foot. And again, either slide your right toes back or maybe they lift a little off the earth. As you step them to the back of the mat, lift your heart up for crescent lunge and start to pulse. And start to bend your right knee, trying to hover an inch off the ground. It won't look an inch off the ground, but it'll feel an inch off the ground. Take an inhale. Keep your hips low, and as you exhale, drive your right leg straight. Turn the booty on. Inhale. Exhale, unlink your thumbs, open your arms out to a V. Inhale. Exhale. Moving this time, big breath in. Exhale, sweep your arms back, straighten into your left leg. Pyramid pose, maybe hinge forward a bit. And then again, if you're just like, yes, the wobbles make me whole this morning, try to lift your left toes off the earth. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come back to your crescent lunge, arms overhead. Exhale, open up into your warrior 2. And take a moment here. Pulse a little back and forth. And then settle in, warrior 2, arms extend. Take a breath in, reach that left arm forward. Exhale, drop your right hand to your right leg. Left arm reaches overhead, nice long side body stretch here. Keep your left knee bent, or see what it feels like to straighten it. For 3, 2, and 1. Return to your warrior 2. And then slowly pivot around onto the ball of your right foot. Coming back to your crescent lunge. And then slowly gathering your hands into heart center. Start to lean your chest forward. Ideally, we're shifting our weight into our left foot. And so sliding your toes in until you feel that lightness in your right leg. Maybe toes just kind of dance across the ground, or you lift your leg up. Warrior 3. If your leg is lifted, try rotating your right toes towards the earth. They're gonna wanna like flare out a little bit. Rotate them down. And then imagine yourself like a cheerleader on a pyramid and everyone's just supporting your left leg. You just got hands on hands, 20 people below you. For 3, 2. And slowly step your right foot back up into your chair pose. Inhale, arms overhead, legs come straight. Exhale, release your arms down by your side. Take 3 rounds of breath. Good. And with an inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, long, slow fold forward. Hands can come to your blocks. Or you can come back to that ragdoll shape. Good. Walking your feet wide as your mat, maybe a little wider, and letting your toes turn out. We'll come into garland pose or a deep squat, malasana. And so if you know you have a lot of space between your heels and the earth, grab your blanket and you'll put that under your heels, fill the gap. If you'd like some support under your bottom, stack your blocks. You can also use that support under your hands. And so start to sit your hips down, sit your booty down, let your knees bend, and then see where you're at. Maybe you need support somewhere you didn't expect to, or maybe the opposite. But once you find your spot, find some structure in your back, lifting your heart up. That's why I like to either have my hands on blocks or my fingertips pressed. And again, you can rock side to side as you settle in. You can rock side to side the whole time. You can make your block stack under your butt as high as you'd like. You can sit on a chair, on a stool, on your couch or bed. Breathing here for 3, 2. Last one. Good. And very slowly lowering yourself to the ground, extending your legs out a little bit wide, a comfortable wide. Start to walk your hands forward and find a little bit more of a structured fold than we started with. So a little bit more length in your spine, maybe blocks under your forearms, your hands, and toes pulling towards your shins. Breathing here for 3, for 2, and 1. Coming up. I'll just keep my blocks nearby at all times, but you can move them to the side, just so they're not directly in front of you at the moment. And then either using your hands on the earth or sitting on your bottom, cross your legs, making note of which leg is in front. It doesn't matter because we will switch, but just kind of knowing. And then wiggling your feet so they move towards your knees. So we get a nice box shape in our lap as opposed to like a big diamond. You can bring your blocks back in front of you and fold forward. If you'd like to rest your head on your hands and your blocks, that's a great option. We'll take 5 rounds of breath here, and then we'll switch and do the other side. Good. Bringing yourself up. And then either using your hands to help out or seeing what it feels like to balance on your bottom. You can extend your legs and then switch. Which leg is in front? Wiggle your feet towards your knees. And then start to fold forward, hands come out ahead of you, just keeping a little length in the spine. And then once you find your fold, maybe rest your head. 5 rounds of breath here. And begin to bring yourself up. Big breath in, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, pull your elbows towards your hips. Cactus your arms wide. This time as you inhale, gather your hands into heart center. And exhale, settle in. And taking a quiet moment just right here before we get into a little bit of breath work. Good. Release your hands down and then just take a moment and we'll set ourselves up for a short breath work practice. I will have you out on time, do not fret. But for breath work, you really want to have a nice strong seat. And so getting your hips higher than your knees, whether that be stacking your blankets, sitting on your blocks, whatever it is, we really want to make sure that we have just a nice strong seat. Maybe you sit in a chair. I like a little block and blanket stack.
Good. So heart is high, hips are above our knees. And then as you find that seat, well, once you find it, take a moment, rock forward. Even if you're sitting with your crossed legs, rock forward, stick your booty out, and then sit back. So I really want to feel like the center of your seat is making contact with the ground in some way. Good. Hands can just rest on your thighs here for a moment. Shrug your shoulders a few times. Rock your head a little side to side. Good. And from here, we'll start with just a little bit of agitation and we'll bring it down real quick. So bring your fists together in front of your heart, knuckles press in. Thinking about cat-cow here, essentially. Inhale, press your knuckles together. Exhale, rip the shirt open. Inhale together, exhale, open. Inhale together, open. Now find a pace. Whatever it is fine. If you're going real slow, that's also great. If the breath switches, not a problem. Just want this pumping. Just for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knuckles back together. Hold. Breathing here. Good. Bring your hands either to the sides of your head or onto your shoulders. See what's available. Lift your elbows up wherever you are. Imagine yourself opening the blinds, bringing fresh air in. Take a cleansing breath. Inhale as you twist left. Exhale right. Punchy breaths here. Short, choppy, a little agitating. That's okay. Maybe you get some pops or cracks. And if it feels just messy, pause, slow down. Lift the elbows. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Slowly extend your arms overhead and flip your palms towards the sky like you're trying to catch rain in your hands. Allow your gaze to shift up. I know your shoulders are probably burning, mine are. See if you can settle in. See if you can sit with it. If you need a moment, take that moment, come back. It's very, very temporary here. So I'm inviting you to be with the irritation. Allow it to soften away. Imagining that rain kind of washing all the bullshit off. And reminding yourself that you are in control. You can be in control and be soft and be powerful. You can be in control and be compassionate. These things are not at odds. They work together beautifully. As you inhale, gather your hands in, link your thumbs, flip your palms forward. Exhale, settle in. Draw a big breath in through your nose. And then try to take 3 more sips of air in through your mouth. Holding here, lift your belly away from your thighs, curl your rib cage towards your hips and drop your chin towards your chest, locking all this energy in, all this big, big energy for 3, 2, good. Release your belly, release your chest, lift your chin up, big exhale. Hands come down into your lap. Allow your eyes to close or your gaze to soften if it hasn't. And if you would like to take a few minutes to lie down into Shavasana, you're more than welcome to. But I'll just take a couple minutes right here, whether you're in seated Shavasana, we'll call it, or a little meditation, or lying down. Take that time, scan yourself. Readjust, move around. Slowing down. And keeping your mind right here for just a little bit longer. And if it feels good to slide one hand to the belly, one hand to your chest, to touch or to hover, you can do so. Just returning to that space that we started practice with, that space of gratitude and appreciation. So whether it be out loud or in your head, say thank you. Thank you to yourself for making time for your practice, for yourself, for making space for yourself, however you are today, and working with her, working with them. A moment here to thank your body for being wonderful, for holding you. I encourage you to find as many moments as you can to really be in awe of yourself. And with a small bow of my head, thank you all so much for joining me this morning, for being here with each other, and for allowing me to guide your practice today. It is such a gift to be a teacher. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your Monday, a beautiful week, and I will see you next time we are on the mat together. So have a good day, everyone. Be well.
Thank you.